What was one time you were treated differently because of your skin color? I was having a rough day at work, and all I wanted to do afterward was to sit on the couch and let the TV watch me while eating food not cooked by my own hands. The answer to that? Delivery. I made a quick order and let my dog, Bongo, into the yard to burn some energy and sat camped outside with him while waiting for the delivery. Pertinent details before things get real. My neighbor and I share a fence with a doggy door as our dogs are super close, and you can bet each time that if my dog is outside, hers will follow for cross-yard playtime. This was the case today, and I probably had bad judgment on my part to think that I would be able to break up the fun quickly. Both dogs were in the neighbor's yard at the time the notification came through that the driver was pulling up, and I had to call out a few times to get Bongo's attention. Bongo and I have a game called Runaway, where I will take off yelling and literally he will chase after me like some human-sized fetch stick. I used this to my advantage until he realized I was putting him back inside, but I managed to get him through the storm door and shut the screen before he could run out again. I then realized that I'd left the gate locked like an idiot with the driver standing right outside by this point. I yelled from the porch that she could leave the food by the mailbox, and that is where the fun started. She pointed and yelled, "Is that your dog?" My BS meter wasn't going off at this point. I thought she was asking a question with an obvious answer because duh, she must have been a dog person, so I engaged with dog owner gushiness. "Yes, blah, 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 his name is Bongo, wanna say hi?" But she just stood there awkwardly for a moment, put the food down, and quickly jumped back into her car. In my mind I was like, okay, weird, but whatever. I snatched the food and went back inside. When I went to wash my hands and from the kitchen window, I could still see that she was still parked outside. I thought that it was strange, but I assumed she was probably looking at the route to her next location. I went about my business of preparing to destroy my meal when Bongo suddenly started barking manically at the door. I take a glance at the cameras, and I realize she is still out front parked directly in front of my mailbox. Oh, okay. What's going on here? I go outside and try to get her attention, but she is on the phone and doesn't notice me. I walk up like I'm going to check the mail and she pulls off, but towards the back of the neighborhood that only has one way in and one way out. Lots of people make that mistake, so you'll quickly see cars turning back around, but she never came back. By this time, I think I'm losing my mind, so I go back in but still watching the street for the car to pass. It never does. About 10 minutes later, Bongo starts going crazy at the door, so I check the cameras to see two police cars sitting outside my house. The cops got out of their car and started pacing back and forth in front of mine and my neighbor's yards. I go out to see if anything is wrong, and they introduce themselves before saying they were called because a stolen golden retriever was reported at my address and if there was a dog in my house. Suddenly it dawned on me. That driver had called the police and reported me because they thought I stole Bongo. I explained my version of what happened and they were really respectful and apologetic, but asked if I could get Bongo to prove what I was saying. I went ahead and opened the door for Bongo, and he took off at light speed ready to greet the new faces outside. His collar has tags matching the address with my name and phone number on it, in case he was ever lost or stolen, which was proof enough for them as it was obvious that they wanted to get this over as fast as possible. No hard feelings on either side. We were all walking away when the delivery driver's car slowly came creeping up from the back of the neighborhood. I yelled out to them that the lady was right there, and they positioned themselves in front of her car so she would have to stop and speak with them. I don't know if this lady was drunk or off her meds, but she rolled down the window and was literally sobbing hysterically that she saw me take Bongo from the neighbor's yard, and that animals get no justice. And the icing on the cake? She screamed that my kind only owns pit bulls and Rottweilers, so there was no way Bongo was mine and needed to be protected. I honestly did not want to deal with that mess, so I told the cops I'm sorry I didn't want to engage in a battle of mental illness with her and went back inside. Not much happened after that. I'm guessing the driver got off with a warning and not much else. I ended up reporting the incident to the delivery service and was offered credits towards my next meal, and I changed the tip to $0. As for Bongo, I gave him extra treats that night.